or Andrea's 2?
Andrea's 2. And Johnny's 3.
She ain't smiled yet.
I'm watching.
Be quiet, get in the back and go train. Got my video. Go in that one. What are you doing over here? Get your True Religion gene butt up out of my face. Go.
All right, everybody. It's official. We are live on YouTube for the round 1 of the ATA Lockdown Trick Battle.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Oh man. All right. So we're gonna give it a second. We're not gonna get started right away. We're gonna let some people join in and jump in. Let me turn this off so you can hear me. For those that are tuning in, my name is Evan Turner. We have some incredible talented martial artists today, bringing a special live online trick battle. What I think is first of my kind, and if it's not the first of the kind, I'm just gonna say it is anyways.
My man.
Helping me out today and our judges from the ATA, multiple-time world champion, all the way from Atlanta, Georgia. We have Mr. Maxwell Van Eck. Let's make some noise for Mr. Maxwell Van Eck right here. Max, we're gonna spotlight you real quick. Anything you want to say to the people?
I'm just super excited to, one, thank you, Master Turner, for letting me be a part of this, to judge. I wanted to compete, but it's very differently sitting down and judging instead of competing. But I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see some awesome stuff.
Awesome. Let's welcome Mr. Van Eck there. Our other ATA alum, 6-degree black belt, multiple-time world champion. We have Master CL Sawazi.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? I just say bring it, man. That's all I got to say. Entertainment. Let's go. That's it.
Awesome. Thank you, sir, for being with us. And then our special guest for this week, he is a huge ATA ambassador for many, many years. He was also huge in the tricking world. He is currently in the Cirque du Soleil performance industry, performing on shows like Ka and pretty much every Vegas show up and down the strip. He has some affiliation with, I'm sure. Please, let's help me welcome tricking and martial arts guru from many, many years ago. Let's hear it for Mr. Roy Brader.
What's going on, everybody? Yeah, I'm here. I'm here to watch these battles, man. I'm ready to see what you guys are gonna do. So let's get with it.
Awesome. Thank you, sir, for being here. Anything that you're looking to see. I mean, you've helped put on some of the biggest and most legendary battles. You were known for helping put together all the tricking battles with Red Bull. What are you looking to see today from some of our competitors?
The main things that I look for is execution, cleanliness, height, swag, styling people's movement, and just making sure that they're landing clean. There's a lot of guys out there that push difficulty really heavy. And I always tell my students like this, I said, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And it's how they're going to be executing their movements. So I hope everybody's prepared. I hope everybody's got a game plan. I know in this digital world, it's going to be a little bit different from doing live battles. I've been a part of many of them. So depending on who I was battling or the bracket and how that was set up, I would strategically train a certain way to be prepared for that. So this is going to be really interesting. But yeah, I'm looking for, the best skills that everybody has.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for being here with us. I know.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Again, you're a legend in this sport, so we're very thankful to have someone like you here for our very first round 1 of these battles. So thank you again. Thank you again.
Thank you guys for having me. I'm ready.
All right. So before we get to introducing all of our competitors again, this is the ATA Lockdown Trick Battle. What's happening is we have 14 talented martial artists that will be competing throughout these next couple of weeks, hoping for your entertainment and a shot at winning up to $500 in cash prizes for some of our top competitors. We're going to go ahead and break down the way it's going to work here, and then we'll jump into our battles themselves. So we have, again, 14 competitors. We rank them from 1 to 14, and we had an Elite 8. So next week, whoever are the top 4 competitors from this week will make it a chance to compete against our Elite 8. So it's going to be a 1v1v1, which means there's 3 people in the bracket. The top 2 will then progress out of it. They have 3 different rounds to go by. Instead of just doing single trick rounds, they're going to be doing time rounds. So they'll have 20 seconds. They got 20 seconds to do whatever they want to. Now they can throw one huge combo and say, you know what? I'm done. I don't even need the whole 20 seconds. That's a way to talk some trash in there. Or they can use the whole 20 seconds. They can throw a bunch of combinations, reset the whole nother combination if they time permits for that. If you're in the middle of a trick, and there's 2-3 seconds left, or you go over, we're going to allow it to go. At the end of all 3 rounds, the judges will then make the decision and pick the 2 that they feel is best to move on to the next week. So without further ado, let's get to some of our competitors. Then today, the number 1 spot, we'll let him represent himself. Let's hear from Mr. Kevin Walls.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kevin Walls, 4th degree black belt, Innovate Martial Arts, Jackson, New Jersey, and I'm super pumped for this. I'm ready. That's my very first.
Welcome, sir. And then in our number 2 spot is Andrea Guzman, our only female competitor, but she's ready to represent.
Hi, everyone. I'm Miss Guzman, 3rd degree black belt, 4-time world champion, and I'm super excited.
Awesome. Thank you for being with us, ma'am. And taking it over to our number 3 spot today, we have Mr. Johnny Lodermeier.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mr. Johnny Lodermeier. I am from Prior Lake, Minnesota, representing Singwald's ATA. I'm a 4th degree black belt and a world champion in Team Think, and I'm excited to battle.
Awesome, you guys. Awesome. So, again, as we get into our battles here, we're going to make sure we understand the way it's going to work. Everyone will have a chance to go through and do their bracket or their time round. At the end of each round, again, the judges will then pick who's the first to go. Now, what you might notice what makes this very unique is that they're all in different places, right? So you have some of them battling on karate floor or mats. Then you have some people in their front yard ready to throw down. So it's a pretty equal playing field. Let's see what these competitors have. Of course, we wish you all the best of luck. Make sure those that are down in the comment section, send us some suggestions who you think's going to win. Give us some hype up and, let these guys know how it's going to go. All right, let's get into it. Ready? Judges, we ready to do it?
Yeah.
All right,
I'm ready.
I see you coming down on the bottom. I see Dale. All right, I know what that means. All right, we're going to go ahead and send it over to Mr. Walls first.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what you got, sir. This is your round 1 for you, sir. Nice, okay. All right, good. Your time to start it. Let's go. All right, he's still going. Nice. Oh, he's calling it. All right, not bad.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to send it over bracket number 2. We're going to send it over to Ms. Guzman. All right, Ms. Guzman, your time begins now. All right. Ooh, okay. She's like, I don't even need 20 seconds. I'm done right now. Oh, I like it. All right, we'll send it over to Mr. Johnny Lodermeier up for his round 1. Ready? Your time begins now. Okay.
Ooh,
Clean.
ooh.
Ooh. Oh, he's calling it. All right. So let's send it over to our judges real quick before we, go into round 2. Let's get some feedback real quick. Let's send it over to Mr. Rory Bratter. What do you think about that first round so far?
Actually, I liked all 3 passes.
Yeah.
I love the 3 passes. What I really did like is how Andrea is that the proper pronunciation? Andrea.
Yes,
I like the way that you switch levels with the sweep. I really loved Kevin's shuriken, full shuriken, and I thought Johnny's pass was really clean into that hyper 9, that full hyper 9 at the end. So all 3.
Nice. Very
I
good.
really like it.
Let's get right into round 2. So this time we went 1 with Kevin, 2 with Ms. Guzman, and 3 with Mr. Lodermeier. So this time round 2, Ms. Guzman is going to start us off. Ms. Guzman, give me a second here. Your time begins now. All right, nice flash. Clean aerial. Ooh, nice to the raise. All right, let's hear it. Very nice. All right, we're going to send it over to Mr. Lodermeier. You're up next, sir, for your second round, for your second pass. 20 seconds. Your time begins now.
Base.
Ooh, he's got the whole space loaded up.
You got time. Still got 10 seconds.
Go, Johnny.
Let's go, man.
Johnny.
Come on, Johnny.
Boom.
There we go. Come on.
Ooh, big nine, and time. All right, not bad. That's that's pretty unique. Again, it's a time round. So if you do, have something you don't really go for, that's not your favorite. Go back and hit it again. All right, here we go. Let's send it over. Last round for round number 2. Send over to Mr. Walls. See what you got, Mr. Walls. Time begins now. Big 7.
Okay.
All right.
I like
And
that.
he's calling
Front
the time
sweep.
there. All right,
Like,
not bad. Let's see it
front
for
sweep
round 2,
transition.
everybody.
That
Let's
was
see it for
good.
round 2. All right. Let's send it over to Mr. Van Neck. I'll let you kind of, give us some commentary, what you thought about the second passes there.
Second passes, Johnny went big, went for the big double full on grass. Always a little intimidating, hit it on grass, but then came back with a big 9. I liked that. I really liked Kevin's creativity. Had almost like a weird front sweep transition I thought was really dope. And then just stayed pretty clean, consistent. Andrea has been throwing her home personal style and keeping everything real consistent, real clean. So it's all real kind of close right now. I think I gotta say the first set of tricks. I think I put Johnny at number 1. Had a little more cleanliness to him, but now I don't know what's going on after the second pass. So I like it.
All right. I appreciate it. And that's something that's pretty cool. As we're doing this, you can see that some of them might be going for huge power tricks that could pay off in the end, but also you're gonna land it. I'm sure all 3 of us, myself included, with Mr. Van Eck, Mr. Brader, and Master Swazi, you may go big, but at the end of the day, you got to hit that trick. You got
Execution,
landing is
baby.
important. You got to finish on your feet. All right, here we go. Last round, we're gonna send it over to Mr. Lodermeier. Let's get it rocking, sir. Last round here.
Right,
And if
let's
it does
go.
end up in a tie somehow, we'll go to 1 extra round. All right, ready? And you're on, sir.
Go, Johnny.
Hey.
All right.
Oh.
Switch.
Oh.
Ooh. Okay. Still got 10 seconds. Anything else you want to do? You don't have to. Just asking. All right. Hey, I like the landing. All right.
And then he
We're gonna
crossed the
send it over to Mr. Kevin Walls here. Ready, Kevin? Your time begins now.
Ooh.
All right. Ooh, with the jack. You still got 10 seconds. Anything else? You done with the people?
Done with the people. Are you
No. He's like, I need some space. Oh, he's calling it. Oh, goes for the big rocket boy. All right. Not bad. I like it. All right, here we go. Let's go. Our final round here, round 3. Let's send over to Miss Guzman. Represent for the ladies. Let's go.
Let's get it, Andrea.
Awesome.
Oh, okay.
She said, I'm not landing on my knee. Oh, okay. You got 10 seconds.
Oh.
Anything else? 10 seconds? 5. No, she's like, I'm done. All right, nice. Very good, round 3. Let's send over back to Swazi. Let's get your feedback on round 3, sir.
Oh man, that's tough. Just in general, everybody, being able to switch it up, show me they got different skills. Everybody kicked in every round, so I really appreciate that. I like the style that Johnny put in there. He went for it. And then Andrea coming at Walls there, did the Webster knee. She's like, I got this to feet, so I appreciate that as well. And then Mr. Walls is like a model of consistency right now with the Rocket Boy at the end. He has not. I'm just looking at my notes here. I'm like, he hasn't wavered at all. He's just like, I'm right here, guys. Can you keep up with me? So I like that.
Absolutely.
Very nice. I appreciate that. Judges, anything else you want to add in here real quick?
I'll jump in. I thought Kevin was extreme.
Hold up. Let me spotlight you.
Okay.
Boom. I'm trying to figure out how to do all this behind the scenes stuff.
I believe Kevin was the most consistent. Execution was really good. I thought Andrea came through with a lot of definitely stylish combos. And ultimately, I think Johnny's actually probably the cleanest tricker, probably with the highest level of tricking. That double full did hurt him a little bit in my book, but he came back really strong.
All right. We'll jump over to Mr. Van Eck real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I agree with what Rory said a lot. The style, the consistency was really good from Kevin. I love me some jackknives, so he threw one of my favorite tricks in there. Johnny definitely had probably the cleanest big kicks at the end. And Andrea's always got like a very like creative style, throwing different transitions that you probably wouldn't expect. Like I don't think I've ever thrown any of those like combinations, transitions myself. So it was really cool to see that creativity side. But it's close. I had to go to the
Don't give it away yet. Don't give it away yet.
I'm not giving it away yet. I'm just saying it's close, but I got a decision now, so I made a decision. So good job, guys.
Very nice. Very nice.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
it was a great round.
Yes, and I want to jump in as well. Again, this is something that's pretty cool because we see, a lot of these competitors, they submit a lot of form videos or tricking video compilations on Instagram, and many of them, they were tricking on spring floor. Now, not every trick, but it is interesting to see the difference from some of their tricks where they're on spring floor. Now they're taken to the grass or to just playing karate mat. And we all know this as martial artists and trickers. Sometimes you hit that big trick on that spring floor, you come to these mats, and it's a little bit of a humbling experience, to say the least. So I like seeing the versatility and going for those big tricks and not playing it safe in a sense. But again, all three super talented martial artists. It's definitely going to be a tough call. So this is how it's going to work. Just so everyone again remembers, Kevin Walls was number 1. Andrea Guzman was number 2, and then Johnny Lodermeier was number 3. Similar to like a tournament, we'll say judges ready, judges call. They're going to hold up on one hand a number between 1, 2, or 3. Same thing on the other hand. Now it's going to be a vote system. Now, if for whatever reason there ends up being a tie, if there's a tie between 2 certain people, they'll go for one more pass, and then we'll make the call from there. Everyone good with that?
Perfect. Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Let me get it out of here real quick so we can make sure we see everyone. All right. Everyone should be back up on the screen. Sorry, guys. I'm still trying to figure out how to work all this, the back behind the scenes stuff as well.
Gallery view.
Yeah, there we go. Gallery view. Thank you. All right, ready? Here we go. All right. Judges ready? Judges score. All right, so we got Rory Bratter with a 1 and a 3. Mr. Van Eck with a 1 and a 3. All right, so as of right now, we got all consistent on number 1. So that's Mr. Walls. Mr. Walls officially moving over to the next round. Now, we do have a tie here. I held up a 2. Master Swazi held up a 2. And then we got a 3 and a 3. So that means we get to see one more pass from Ms. Guzman and Mr. Lodermeier. All right, here we go. To make it fair, we go rock, paper, scissors. A live rock, paper, scissors. No one says shoot. I don't know where that came up. That's you millennials. It's just rock, paper, scissors, shoot. No,
I was about to be like, I was about to be like,
I'm not a
what are
millennial.
you talking about?
No one says shoot.
Mhm.
That's that dance. The shoot. That's it.
I say shoot.
Andrea and Johnny, rock, paper, scissors, ready? And go. Go again. You both did scissors. Go. You both did paper. Try it again.
That's messed up.
No wonder they tied.
Yo.
One more time. Go. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Ladies first. He's being polite. Ladies first. He's being polite. All right. Here we go.
Let's
Go,
do it,
girl.
Last round.
Let's go. Set it up. Let's go. Let's go.
Get it. Get it. Get it. Ooh, big X out.
There we go.
Ooh, with a raise hook.
Going for it.
7. All right, I like it. I like it. Make some noise.
Okay,
Make some
okay.
noise. All right, let's send it over to Johnny. Here we go. This is
Good
it
job.
right
What you
here.
got, Johnny? What you got?
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
Buffalo style.
Oh.
Big.
Okay.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Clap it up. Clap it up. All right, I like it. I like it. As
Like
the
he
door's
closed the
closing
door.
on him.
Where did the door come from?
He shut the
The
door and
door
I
said,
out.
the door, it was like, we've had enough of you. The door is closing. All right. It's very nice. Very nice. All right, here we go. Let's, we got to choose between 2 and 3. Judges ready? Judges score. Got to go at 3 on that one. Got to go 3 with that one. At 3 has it. Let's give a hand for Johnny moving on. But, without, we can't go without it. Let's get another big hand for Ms. Guzman representing. Awesome job.
Yeah.
So this is bracket 1. This is bracket 1. So what this means is that we'll get to see Mr. Walls, Kevin Walls, and Mr. Johnny Lodermeier moving on to week 2. And then at the end, I'll tell you who's in the week 2 of round 2 for the next bracket, moving into the Elite 8 to battle against some of our top-ranked competitors. So one more time, let's give a big hand for all 3 competitors. Great job. Way to represent. You should all be super proud. I'm sure your instructors are proud of you. Way to represent your schools. Way to represent yourself. And, of course, represent the ATA. Judges, anything you want to say?
I'll jump in first. It was a fantastic round. I really like the creativity. I like how Andrea. I really believe that you've got a huge upside for you, girl. The things that I would work on for you would actually be spotting your kicks a little bit more, so this way you have a little bit of control and you don't get lost in your movement. But I really love the way that you mixed your levels, going high to low. If you know anything about me, that's something that I've done my entire career, and I absolutely loved it. So keep training hard, girl. I'm really happy that Johnny went for that double. It showed that he wasn't scared and he was here to compete.
Yeah.
And you know, I like the fact that he took some chances. On grass is a whole lot different than spring floor, like we've discussed earlier. And then Kevin was just Kevin and Andrea were just there with the consistency and just had a different style. And I really like the way they approached this battle. I'm looking forward to next week. That's these battles coming up too. Keep training, guys.
Awesome. Let's give them one more big round of applause, all 3 of them. Master Swazi, Mr. Van Dyke, anything you want to add in real quick?
Yeah, I'll jump in. One thing that I thought was really cool, especially like Andrea, I've seen, Andrea train a couple different times, being in Miami, doing a couple of seminars. Your like tumbling skill is like really gone up real high. Like I know tumbling used to be like a challenge for you in the past, and you're sticking everything as far as the flips and everything goes. So I'm with Mr. Bratter on this, working on just spotting those kicks, or getting a little bit tighter in the twist, when you take off, opposed to when you see the target. That would be one thing that could obviously help you. But Kevin, I liked all of your kicking combos. Everything was really strong. The one thing I would say is try to mix it up so it's not the same like setup move or beginning move all the time. Same for like Johnny. Johnny's got the
cheat 9.
The old Tim Conkle. Oh, went cheat 9, hook something, cheat 9, hook something. Except for the last combo because it was dangerously close to my competition combo. I saw that, Johnny. I peeped that. With the 540 or the jackknife and sidekick, except for it was a cheat 9 instead. So it's all good. But I'm really surprised. I did not expect the first battle to be this close. It was really cool to see.
It was really good.
So good job, ladies and gentlemen.
Awesome. Well, again, we want to say thank you to all 3 of our competitors for tuning in for the first bracket. We're going to go ahead and ask these martial arts to go ahead and jump off of this. We'll have a little more commentary. And at this time, I'm going to need our next round is going to be Robert, Michael, and Eric. Go ahead and call in. You guys should have the link. Go ahead and call in now, and we'll get you set up. In the meantime, let's get to it.
Hey,
is that going to be the order? Is Robert, Michael, and Eric?
I forget. Maybe.
It was
okay.
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you guys.
Hey, I just want to, I didn't get to chime in there at the end. I'm just going to keep it real quick and brief too. I tell you what I'm really excited about is that, Andrea holding it down for the ladies out there in the world, showing they can compete with any of the guys. So in the future, I'd like to see when we continue to, as we grow this, I'd like to see more girls competing with them and showing them, what I'm saying, I'm equal opportunist. I came for your throat. I like that. You know what I'm saying? She push Mr. Johnny down to the wire, which, I ain't gonna lie to you, I didn't see it coming, but I'm like, dang, I had to vote for her in the first round, right?
I agree.
When it comes down to like, to Johnny and Kevin, it's like, okay, so now we've already seen them. What do you have next week or the next time you come back out here and have to battle again? Because I already seen you do that hyper hook. I've already seen that, what else you got in the bag of tricks? You know what I'm saying? You got to mix it up. And I want them to be coming at each other. So I like how Master trying to mix up the order that, okay, I saw you did this, I'm gonna do that then, like I saw Johnny do that one time. I saw Andrea come at each other a little bit like that. So that was dope. I appreciate that.
Awesome. Again, we're waiting for our next round. They're calling in right now. I do want to also just, again, say a special shout out to all of the competitors for tuning in, but also to everyone viewing. This is something that's very unique. and different. And hopefully that, on your Saturday afternoon, thank you for tuning in. We have over 130 people right now. Just please continue to like the video, share it to someone you see, text them right now, tell them to get on here and watch. Again, these martial artists, they're taking risks right now. They've been locked down. I'm sure they've been training, getting ready for whatever competition they have coming up. But we just want to say thank you to the competitors for being willing to step out on their comfort zone, and of course to all the people that are viewing right now. Thank you guys for your support. We're gonna do this week by week, and until we get down to a winner. So let's keep going. Let's see who's logged on here. We got some of our. We're just waiting for one more of our competitors to log on here. Oh, man. Just waiting for Mr. Erik Fernandez. Mr. Erik Fernandez, come on down. You're the next contestant on ATA Lockdown.
So, Max, I got to ask, were you calling out Tim Conkle or what?
No!
Called out to
I mean,
that's old school Timmy. That's old school Tim Conkle.
Okay.
Cheat 9, everything.
Is that book bag Dora the Explorer Tim Conkle?
Yeah, that was just so you think he can dance, Tim Conkle. Tim's here in Atlanta now too. I love training with Tim. He's actually probably one of my favorite people to train with now. So I got nothing but love for Tim. But it used to be an old inside joke of, all right, the combinations are always going to be cheat 9 hook.
Eric's in the building. Let's go.
Man.
I think you're on the other.
All right, Erik, you're supposed. I think you guys messed up your numbers, but it's okay. We'll keep going with this anyways.
I thought I was 1. Am I 1?
Then I send you guys text on who was 1.
I'm 1. Erik 1.
Did I mess up? What happened?
Hey, look, that's me.
Michael, you're supposed to be number 2. And
I am
then
Michael.
Robert was supposed to be 3.
Oh,
That's okay.
There we go.
I got it here. So in this round, judges, we're gonna have Erik as 1.
Sure.
Michael will be 2. And Robert will be 3.
So you want to set it on here? Or are you gonna hold it?
Judges, we got that again. Erik 1, Michael 2, Robert 3.
Super lag.
Who's watching it right now? I can hear this playback. Is that you, Mr. Gregory? Shout out to Mr. Gregory, sir. All right, so here we go. Before we get into the battles, let's let our competitors introduce themselves. We're going to send it over here to Mr. Erik Fernandez. Go ahead, sir. You want to introduce yourself real quick?
All right. My name is Erik Fernandez. I'm from Phoenix Martial Arts in Arizona.
He's ready. He's stone cold. He doesn't want to give anything away. No giving anything away. All right, let's send over to our second competitor today, Mr. Michael Raffle.
I'm Michael Raffle. I'm from Lee's ATA in Phoenix, Arizona, and I'm just ready to have a little bit of fun.
Arizona.
We got a Phoenix battle here. We got a Phoenix battle. I didn't even realize
Okay.
All right, and then our last competitor of the day, Mr. Robert Guerrero.
Yes, sir. My name is Robert Guerrero. I'm 20 years old. I'm representing Legacy Martial Arts in Oxnard, California. I'm ready to show you guys what I got.
I like it.
Ooh, these boys are ready.
He looks ready.
Coming at it, bro.
We have a West
These
Coast
boys are
battle
ready.
here. We have somewhat of a West Coast battle. So again, those who just tuned in, this is the ATA Lockdown Trick Battle. We will have 3 rounds. Each competitor will have 20 seconds to go. We'll go number 1, number 2, number 3. Have a little banter between that. Then we'll go 2, 3, and 1. And at the end, we'll go 3, 1, and 2. So each competitor will have a chance to go first, go second, and of course, go third. Again, within 20 seconds, you can do one single pass, one big move, whatever you want, or you can put it together. If you make a mistake, there's still time left, keep going. If you end up going over 2 or 3 seconds because you're in the middle of combo, we're going to let it go. At the end of the round, all the judges will vote between a 1, 2, or a 3. Top 2 move on to the next week. And if there's for whatever reason a tie, we'll go to one more round. All right. Again, for those who don't know, our judges, we'll start all the way over here from Atlanta, Georgia. Multiple-time world champion, X5 member. Let's hear for Mr. Maxwell Van Eck.
X5 member.
X5.
Hey,
Excited, guys. I'm excited.
world-renowned tricker. He tricks all over the place.
Oh,
We'll go over here next. 6'2" black belt, multiple-time world champion, living out of San Diego, California, Mr. Theo Sawazi. Of course, myself, I'm also judging this as well. 6'3" black belt Master Evan Turner. And then our special guest judge for this week, huge martial artist, tricker in the game. He's responsible for helping the ATA with some of the top talent, as well as bringing tricking to a national level or world level, helping spawn off some of the Red Bull challenges. And, he also works in the Cirque du Soleil industry over there in Las Vegas. So if you've ever seen a show in Vegas, you've probably seen him. Let's hear from Mr. Rory Bratter.
Thanks for having me, guys.
All right. Here we go. Let's get right into it. Okay, Eric, you're going up first. You got your camera set up, sir?
Yes, sir.
A lot of movement. All right, he's ready. He's ready. We're going to go over here to Eric. Give me a second to get your time up. Again, if you guys want music, you can play music in your own background. I'm not going to play music because of copyright, and I'm not trying to have that kind of problem. Here we go. This is personally funded. We don't have that kind of pocket. All right, ready? Eric, you're up in 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Let's get it.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought he was about to continue the combo over the counter.
All right. Not bad. We're going to send over here. We got Michael. You're up for round number 1.
Okay.
Let's hear from Michael, everybody. Get it, Michael.
Kind of vibing.
And
He's
you're
a
on.
lefty.
Ooh. Oh. And it was some swag. I like it. All right, we're going to send it over California to Robert. Robert, your time begins now.
Okay. Okay, not done.
I saw. All right, let's hear from Robert. Everybody. Oh. Let's send over to Master Swaz. Let's get your feedback so far on round number 1 there.
Yeah, just check, man. This is gonna be a good round right here. I'm really excited about this one right here. Just checking out the boys. They already coming at each other's throats. I told you I like that. I like that when that competitive attitude. I appreciate that. They didn't even want to talk to each other. No good luck, nothing. But then the different styles. I appreciate them. Everybody kind of doing their own thing, sticking to what they're good at. So keep it going, guys.
Yeah, I agree. All right, judges, we good going to round 2? Anything we need to say real quick?
No, I'm ready to go.
Round 2, let's keep it saucy. All right, Michael, you're starting off round 2. Round 2.
Yeah.
All right. Got some music going on. Ready? You got the tiger eyes in the background. Your time begins now.
Okay, recycle.
Ooh.
Switch.
Ooh, I like the aerial, actually. All right. Let's hear from Michael. Not bad. I gotta say that aerial that's a saucy aerial. All right, Robert, you're up. Round number 2. Your time begins now.
Man, all the kicks.
He ain't done. Oh, I thought he was gonna kick Mr. Gregory.
Okay.
With the double leg. Okay.
Oh, he's feeling it now.
All right. Oh, yeah, he's in the zone right now. He's in the zone.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, let's send over to Eric. Eric, this is your round 2, and you're on. Let's go.
Oh, that capoeira move number 5.
Come at me.
Wrong.
Where's Steve Ready at?
Where's Steve Ready at?
With confidence. He landed that with confidence. All right, I gotta go.
He knew it was saucy.
I gotta go to the swaggiest tricker in the judges section. We're gonna send it over to Mr. Rory Bratter.
Okay. So round 2, there was just a lot of great things about round 2. I love the way that Michael's actually a lefty, but switched sides and actually did some kicks righty. That's hard to do.
He arrows right.
Yeah. So it's really interesting to see what he's doing. I think Robert just got a huge boost of confidence. The double leg at the end was super clean. And Erik, that capoeira move was super dope, and it came out of nowhere. I like the surprise element, but I really want you to stay away from doing that front sweep, back sweep over and over again.
All right, very nice. I like it. Yeah, man. And what's real interesting here is just the different styles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have some clean kicks. You have some real swag, and you got somebody with a little bit more power moves. I will say though, Fernandez ended that strong with that landing. That thing was solid. All right, here we go. Let's get to it. Round 3. This is our final round. Robert, you're kicking it off. Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Let's get it.
There we go. You got time. You got time.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
There it is. All right, we're gonna send it over to Erik. Erik, round 3. Ready? Your time begins now.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
Oh, boy. Hey, Rory, that looks like you back in the day, homie.
Yeah, that's split.
He's a little taller than me.
Hey, that looks like Rory. Like, hey, real talk. That's Rory's 17 knee injuries ago. Here we go. Last one, Michael.
No.
Michael, round 3. Let's get it.
From that pocket knife.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
The double leg at the end there.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, goes down with a split. Not bad, Michael. Not bad. Awesome. We're gonna send this over here real quick, Mr. Van Eck. Let's get your feedback on round number 3 there.
Oh man, this battle right here was intense. I thought the first battle from the round beforehand was nuts. But I mean, you got some super smooth, stylistic like kicks, creative on going back and forth on the other side of Michael, which is like it's unseen. You know, now it's kind of like a gem you don't see too often anymore. Robert's just got insane amount of power moves, insane spins. All of his kicks are clean, and then we have a real different, like creative, different sort of like unorthodox kind of. Trying to remember the trigger. The not original, an original human being. Trying to remember the dude's name. Rory, who is that? Has like
Erik,
the crazy. I want to say he's in the DMV area. Is it Alex Hunter?
Hobby.
Alex Hunter's got a lot of unorthodox stuff, but he's
But
not
yeah,
DMV,
like
though.
Hobby too. I met him at a DMV gathering, but I was like, he's got real like capoeira move number 5 coming out of nowhere.
That would be Hunter, man. Hunter's got a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, it was Alex Hunter then. I was like, man, it's so hard to score this round. But my hat's off to you guys. I'm glad I'm not competing now.
We'll send over Master Swazi real quick. Let's get your feedback on the whole battle before we get to our judge's decision.
No more tricky.
I would say that first off, this round definitely had a lot more little sauce in it. I appreciate that. I like it. I like how the boys showing their skill set. I like some of the traditional kicks that went into it. Seeing both ways, spinning both ways, and then I like the fact that if somebody didn't land something, they came back and let you know I can do it. Let me show you what I got, and then calling you out a couple times with the splits and like, I'm not about this. I'm gonna show you what I really do. Like I said, I like it like that competitive nature. So keep it going. I'm really excited for next week too now, man. Yeah.
Yeah. Can I jump in there? Do you mind if I jump in there?
Over to Mr. Gordon Grader.
Robert really impressed me. He definitely came out with the Mamba mentality in that last round. I really loved it. Again, I really appreciate what Michael's doing on both sides. And Erik is just super like creative and just unorthodox. A lot of the stuff he does has a lot of surprise elements. So this round is super close for me, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I mean, everyone says it, you know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of cool to see the power versus the flow, I would say, right? So you have someone like Erik and Michael who have crazy style, crazy flow. Robert smoother this transitions, but he also has a big power moves. He shows that he has them. But again, you guys all highlighted it. Everything they're going for, these competitors are going for it nonstop. And again, taking the element away of having the spring floor is a big thing. You know, again,
Absolutely.
you can see here, so we have some puzzle mats versus zebra mats or whatever. So it kind of has that equal playing field. So it's really cool. All right, judges, we're going to make our decisions here. Again, the way it's going to work, we're going to hold up the numbers who we thought should be moving on. Again, just to recap our numbers, Erik was number 1, Michael was number 2, and Robert was number 3. So when we say judges ready, judges call, we're going to hold up those numbers and check out to see who has what numbers. The most votes, of course, move on to the next week. Let's get to it. Let's see who's going to be joining Kevin and Johnny moving on. Judges ready?
Yes, sir.
Judges, score. All right, just so we can recap, I got Mr. Max Van Eck with a 1 and a 3. We got Roy Bratter 1-3, Swazi 1-3. I also got 1-3. So let's hear it for Erik and Robert. Let's make some noise, everybody. Erik and Robert, great job. So I think one of the big things that makes the difference here is for me was just the overall style and the flow, being able to mix it up, not being so unique with your movements every single time, but at the same time having a bag. You got to be able to reach into the bag. And like CL said, you know, next week we want to see something different. You know, those who moved on, you're going to have a whole new group of competitors. So we want to try to see some different styles. So you got a week to really game plan it out and go for it. We'll send it over to Mr. Van Eck real quick.
All right, yeah. I mean, for next week's battle, you know, or if everyone, all the battlers, hopefully they're watching. If not, they're not competing right. But you know, if everyone watching, you know, think about, like Rory said, think about the levels that you have, the levels you put into it. Think about trying to make sure that, you know, I was always a huge Steve Tirada fan growing up. And one of the biggest things that left the impact for me was he's like, the kick is supposed to amplify your trick. The flip, the spin, the twist is supposed to just make that kick look cleaner, better. You know, obviously we got love for difficulty and power moves, but I always enjoy seeing that like nasty kick come out of nowhere with the power, the creativity. So I saw Michael had so much creativity, so much great kicks. I just wanted to see a little bit more of that difficulty level from him. For Erik and Robert, you guys were tied on that pass, like pass 1, pass 2. I was like, oh man, I don't know. I think Erik, that third combo, you kind of spilled a little bit. Didn't have the same setup, but had a very similar setup. So work on, playing around with the arrangement of your tricks. And then Robert, so much power, man, so much power. I would just say, think about how you can better emphasize the power with ending the sentence with a period, not just kind of like with a runoff sentence or this or that, or have bigger moments in your passes. So, but awesome job, guys. This was amazing. I'm super stoked for next week.
And Master Swazi, anything real quick?
No, man, I'm just really excited for what these guys got left in the bag. I hope they didn't use all their tricks, you know what I'm saying? So, it's good to get out of that first round. You know, you got to make sure you get out of the first round. Otherwise, people won't call you out. So I'm excited to see what other things they got, just to mix it up. And I really appreciate this round with the different swag and the sauce, keeping it copacetic.
Awesome. So again, just so everyone's clear on how this works, the whole system was a bracket. We did a 1 to 14. We split our top 8 to make them our elite 8. These are the bottom 6. Not that it's not a diss at all against them. This is just the way it kind of worked. We did this based off of the videos they submitted. So again, moving on from this round, we had Erik and Robert. Michael, thank you so much, sir. You definitely brought it. You got skills. I know you're looking forward to the weapons battle. I know that's something that you're ready for. So that's something we're in the works for. Hopefully we can get a weapons battle out there. I know Michael's ready for that one as too. So again, from round 1 today, we have Robert, we have Johnny, we have Kevin and Erik all moving over into round 2. Round 2 will happen next week, same time. I'll be posting a new link for that video there. Now, this is the way it works because of the bracket system. So in one half of our bracket, we're going to have Jacob Tolentino versus Ethan Fernandez versus Kevin Walls. That's a fire bracket. Also, that same bracket on that same side, we're going to have Mr. Jack Harkins versus Daniel Rivera versus Robert. That one, I'm excited for that one. Now, on the other side of the bracket, we have Mr. Brandon Evans going against Brooks Kong Seifert and going against Mr. Johnny Lodermeier. So that's going to be some fire.
Okay.
There's one guy in there. I'm just calling him sleeper. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a sleeper. And then our top seed rank from everyone was Mr. Braden Myers going against Alex Law and Mr. Erik Fernandez. You find yourself in that battle, sir. I got nothing but confidence. You got it.
You got it, Erik. You got it, Erik.
Hold your head up. Again, let's give it one more big round of applause to not just these 3 competitors, but all 6 of our competitors for today. Special shout out to all the judges for helping out. We wanted to keep it short and sweet. We hope everyone is enjoying it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Continue to share this video once it goes and saves. Next week we'll go again live at the same time. But instead of just having the 2 battles, we'll have 4 different battles going head to head. Maybe we'll have Rory back again. I don't know. He's just a fun judge to have around. But also next week we have another special guest judge. She is the all-time most winningest female in sport martial arts history. She's also was a stunt double in the Wonder Woman film. We have Miss Caitlin Deschelle will be our judge for next week's trick battles. Who, if you don't know who she is, you better get on your YouTube grind right now. Get out from living under a rock. But again, thank you so much to Mr. Manek, Master Swazi. Rory, anything you want to say to the people real quick?
I just got to say, man, all these kids, again, have tremendous potential and a huge upside. I personally wish I could train with all of them, man, just because I'm super inspired by what they were able to do today. I really liked Robert's mentality. I liked that he wouldn't allow himself to fail. There was 2 times where he got caught up in a combo right before his cartwheel hyperhook in the first combo, and then again on the double, but he got up and he was able to knock his moves down. So that really told me a lot about him, not only as a tricker, but as an athlete and as a person. So it was really interesting to see that. I think Erik's got the longest legs of life, and I think he uses them extremely well. That would be something that I'd be thinking about continuing to use going forward, is his advantages, which is his long legs. Something for Robert to think about moving forward would be chambering those kicks a little bit more. They kind of come out with straight legs. I'd like to see a little bit more definition in his technique. Again, all the competitors, round 1, round 2 was just absolutely great. I thought Andrea really repped really well for the females. And I'm excited to see these guys in the future.
Awesome. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in. I'm sure the quality hopefully was good enough for everyone. I'm learning how to work the behind the scenes things here as it's going on. I know I speak for all of the judges. Just thank you to the competitors. Thank you for tuning in. And thank you to the ATA for continuing to support, the grind of all these amazing, talented students. Week 2 is happening next Saturday, same time, 4 o'clock. For those on the East Coast, 1 o'clock on the West Coast, and whatever time in between, you can figure that out. And then after that, after our live battles next week, we're actually going to have Master Swazi. I know has his own personal seminar. You want to go ahead and shout that out real quick, Master Swazi?
Oh yeah, it's gonna be called Clean Kicks and Clean Hands. You got to keep those hands clean in the quarantine time. We'll do some review of the basics, how to keep your lines clean and stuff like that when it comes to the hands. But then I'm really excited to work on our traditional kicks and then transform those into our creative kicks. Got some really cool ideas. I know that maybe some of the kicks like Michael was doing and stuff like that. How to variate your basic kicks, especially right now since we got a limited space. A lot of us are kicking in our living room, doing martial arts there and stuff like that. So showing you how you can have a variation of different types of kicks, no matter where you are, and how to be able to switch feet and use both legs and all that type of stuff as well. So it's going to be awesome. I look forward to everybody seeing there. All you got to do is just message me, CL Swazi, on Instagram or on Facebook.
Awesome. Thank you again. And of course, Mr. Van Egg, thank you for tuning in. You'll be here back with us next week. Maybe we'll bring Roy back. Who knows? Again, to our competitors, thank you. One more time, I just want to shout out for the next week rounds. Next week, we have Jacob Tolentino versus Ethan Feinschreiber. Apparently, they're all messaging me saying I messed up his name. My bad. Versus Kevin Walls. We have Jack Harkins versus Daniel Rivera versus Robert. We have Brandon Evans versus Brooks Kong Sievert versus Johnny. Then we have Braden Myers, Alex Law, and Erik Fernandez all getting down as well. So next week, we'll have 4 battles coming to you live. Continue to support. Thank you again to all the competitors. And that's it. We're going to go ahead and call it out here. We out of here.
See y'all later, guys. Thanks for having me.
Great job today, man. The LeBron James are tricking over here. Graphic memory, man.
Good job, guys.
Let me see that Snapu split too one more time.
Right now?
Hey, we gotta say he is rocking the Hans Wiekman shirt there. So shout out to Hans. You know, R.I.P.
Rest in peace.
to one of the founding fathers.
Absolutely, man. Miss that guy.
All right, we're gonna end the live stream here, everybody. See y'all later.